Yo, what's up guys? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the recent rumors and report that came out about how the Chicago Bulls are expected to be making significant changes in this upcoming offseason. Also talking about more NBA draft rumors, and later in today's video talking about the Chicago Bulls once again being linked to Derrick Rose. But before I jump into today's video, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Also leave a quick like below today's video, it takes a second and helps me out a lot. And leave some comments and questions below today's video about all the topics and rumors I'm about to jump into. And a few days, Bulls insider Sam Smith, he does his weekly Bulls mailbags where a bunch of Bulls fans ask him off-season questions. And this one Bulls fan was just talking, is it time to blow it up or what's going to happen in this offseason? And per Sam Smith, he's a Bulls insider. He writes for the Chicago Bulls at NBA.com. And Sam Smith did report saying that there could be significant changes for the Chicago Bulls in this upcoming offseason. He did report saying that he was at the NBA draft combine and he heard from an insider that he believes the Chicago Bulls are done with this big three. Now, let me just first off say that is music to my ears. That makes me so happy. Now, obviously, this is just from one NBA insider that Sam Smith does trust, but at the end of the day, the real off season for the Chicago Bulls is still weeks away. Who knows what Arturas and Mark Eversley are still cooking up. Now, before I continue to talk about this and break it down, leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about this report and this rumor. And Sam Smith did continue in his mailbag, and I'm going to break that down right now and throw it up on the screen. And he did say, of course, this is not a shock. This Bulls roster hasn't been working for a while now. Vooch is a free agent. DeMar is going into his last contract season, and Zach LaVine has some huge financial seasons ahead of him. And Sam Smith did report and did hear that one of them would not return can come from both informed and uninformed sources. And after that, he did finish this answer by saying, I expect a change in that core. And I've talked about this whole topic and situation for honestly months now. I would be really shocked if this report is true. I just feel like AK is going to run it back, maybe add a shooter or two. I can only hope I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't really see Vooch, I'd say, walking. There's not that many NBA teams with salary cap, especially most teams are rebuilding teams. So I just don't see Vooch fitting on any of those teams. I've already said many times in past videos, I feel like DeMar DeRozan's the odd man out. He's got one season left of his contract. And Arturas also talked about at his end of season press conference about how this Bulls team needs to shoot more three-pointers and how they just need to change the shot profile of this offense. And I feel like that comes from trading DeMar DeRozan. Now, like I did say earlier in today's video, this is all rumors and speculation. This is just hearsay from an NBA insider at the NBA draft combine. I can only hope this is true because this roster needs big changes. Also, other than this rumor, the Bulls have been in the rumor mill surrounding the NBA draft and potentially trading up and buying an NBA draft pick. The Bulls have already worked out and been linked to Brandon Miller. I made a past video about that. And the Chicago Bulls also did attend Scoot Henderson's pro day, and Scoot is projected to be a top 3 pick in this upcoming NBA draft. I also made a past video talking about that. So the Chicago Bulls are in the rumor mill right now. Who knows what's going to truly happen with this Bulls roster going into next year. But like I have said in many videos, this core needs to change. I also threw up this tweet in my last video. Vooch played a career high 82 games. Patrick Williams played a career high 82. Kobe White career high 74. Caruso career high 67. And Zach LaVine did tie his second most games of his career with 77. This Chicago Bulls team was very healthy this whole season, especially compared to other NBA teams. And with this Bulls team finally playing healthy, and if you look at the Bulls big three of Vooch, DeMar, and Zach, they all played really solid and put up good numbers. And this Chicago Bulls team, with all that on their side, still did not make the NBA playoffs. Big changes are needed and hopefully coming soon. And the next topic in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Bulls once again being linked to Derrick Rose. And per hoopshype.com, Mike A. Scotto, he was talking about the New York Knicks' future and just all the rumors surrounding that organization right now. And Scotto did report saying, when I was in Chicago for the NBA draft combine, some executives were wondering how much gas does Derrick Rose still have in the tank. He's got a huge number looking ahead towards next season, a team option for about $16 million. And that's a lot of money for a guy who pretty much didn't play this whole past season for the Knicks, which I don't understand why. And with that being said, the Knicks Knicks, you would imagine they're more than likely going to decline that team option, and Scotto did report saying, in my opinion, I think the Chicago Bulls make a lot of sense for Derrick Rose in free agency. It would be a nice homecoming for him towards the end of his career. We saw when he was back in town how beloved he is still by that fan base. The Bulls will be missing Lonzo Ball next season, and if they're trying to compete and win, he's an excellent bridge as a veteran mentor to some of the younger guys on that roster, and I think he still has some gas left in the tank. And before I jump into this topic and break it down, leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video. If you guys believe the Chicago Bulls should or would target Derrick Rose in this upcoming offseason. Now, this is a big what if. Who knows if the New York Knicks are going to decline that team option? I would have to guess. That's a lot of money just sitting on that bench. And I just want to say, this isn't the first time that Arturas and this Bulls front office has been linked to Derrick Rose. Now, I don't know if it makes a ton of sense. I understand why Derrick Rose would maybe be interested in coming home, and maybe why the Bulls would also. I believe the Bulls could probably get him for cheap, given that he pretty much didn't play at all this past season. And with him not playing last year, I'd say he's pretty fresh, and hopefully his legs are ready to go for next year. Now, Mark K. Hoops on Twitter, he does work for CHGO and he did say, and he did give his opinion on this whole topic, and he said they're going to do this to win back some goodwill and pretend it solves the point guard problem, and the meatheads will eat it up. And I do agree with Mark on this whole topic. I love Derrick Rose. He was the whole reason I became a Bulls fan and started making videos for this channel. Now, I do still believe Rose still has some gas left in the tank, but the question is how much, and given how much this Bulls team still needs, I'd say, a true point guard. I love Rose. I do believe he could be a good six-man off the Bulls bench. I just don't know if he would be a starter. If the Chicago Bulls could bring him home for cheap and let him just be like the six-man off the bench and maybe let Kobe White run the point guard position, I would definitely be down for it. Now, obviously, there's a lot of what ifs and a lot of things need to happen the correct way for Derrick Rose to come home. I wouldn't be mad if the Bulls did it. I honestly don't see it happening. I wouldn't be mad, though. I mean, he is 34 years old. This upcoming October, he is going to be 35. And the only problem I have with this is that his past 2 seasons with the Knicks, he hasn't really been playing, and for the past 2 seasons, he only played 27 games this past season, and in 2021, he only played 26 games. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank, and especially for his price tag. I do believe he would be a great veteran mentor and just leader for this Bulls roster, and especially Kobe White if they re-sign him and Dalen Terry. I'm definitely interested, but there's a lot of what ifs, and the price tag definitely has to be right. I love Rose. I just don't see him being a starting point guard in the NBA anymore, and I also don't believe he fixes the Bulls point guard problems at all. Definitely leave your thoughts and opinions below today's video about all the topics and rumors I talked about. Thank you guys for all the love on the channel in the past few videos. I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Have a good one.